It is Wednesday, my dudes, and time for an old man yapping. My last video broke containment, which is to say that I was just trying to talk to like the 400 subscribers I have, most of whom don't really watch my videos anyway. I mean, I get like 5 or 6 views typically. Sometimes I get 10 or 20. And suddenly I found myself with a video that has over 700 views, most of them from people who think I'm a jerk. So, first of all, fuck off. If you think I'm a jerk, get off my channel. I mean, nobody's making you stay here. But I think it's more productive to say, you know, at the last video, I went over why I think the Stop Killing Games initiative is dumb, but I didn't say anything about how to fix it, and it can be fixed. It's something that can be fixed, and it's fairly simple, and all you have to do is turn it into a program of voluntary compliance. You make a logo, and you register that logo as a trademark. And then you go to an attorney. It is blazingly obvious that nobody has talked to an attorney in setting up this initiative, and you fucking need one. So go get one. But you talk to an attorney and you get a contract written. You get a contract written that says that a particular game publisher for a particular game is going to comply with the terms of the Stop Killing Games initiative. And they'll submit along with this an action plan for this is what we're going to do to comply with the initiative. And you review that and you go, okay, your action plan is accepted. Now you have to pay us a fee because you need material consideration. Money has to change hands or a contract is not valid. So you got to get them to pay you something. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it does have to be something. And once you have an approved action plan and the exchange of material consideration, you issue them a serial number for their game, and you give them the right to use the logo on the packaging for their game, on the marketing for their game, on the credits of their game, on the screen for their game, in the opening logo bullshit of their game. And the reason that you do this is because if enough people care about that logo, putting that logo on your game is going to increase goodwill toward your company. It's going to make people want to play your game. And if you want your game to comply with the Stop Killing Games initiative, all you got to do is look for the logo. If it doesn't have the logo, don't buy it. You know it's not going to comply, and because you know it's not going to comply, you don't have to complain when it doesn't. Bitch, you knew it wasn't going to. And because you have a contract, and are not making a law, anybody who makes a game that they don't want to comply with your initiative can still make the game. And it still comes out. They can make the shittiest, nastiest, most anti-consumer live service game they want. And all they have to do is just not try to put the Stop Killing Games logo on it. If somebody does have your logo and they don't implement their action plan, you have recourse to the law. You can sue them. You can tell them they have to do what they told you they would do. They have a contractual obligation. You're not forcing them to do anything. You're not coercing them into doing anything. They have voluntarily agreed to do the thing you want them to do. You do not need the approval of a government. You do not need a number of signatures on a petition. You do not need anything. You can do this all by yourself. I feel like such absolute shit. But that's the thing. You don't need the European Union. You don't need the FTC. You don't need any government anywhere. All you have to do is set up this contract. And you can have templates. You can have template agreements that say, here are like 5 different ways that you can comply with the initiative, depending on what kind of game you have. And people can easily go, yeah, I'll sign the contract, I'll use that action plan, and that'll be automatically approved. They pay you the money, you give them the logo, and away they go. You can have a very low material consideration for indie devs, and you can have a very large one for AAA devs. There's lots of options because you're going to need people to review the action plans, handle all of the stuff, make sure the action plans are implemented when it comes to the end of life. And that's how you fix it. That's how you make this actually work. That's how you make this actually do what you want it to do without being a dick. You don't have to force anybody to do anything. You don't have to be a jerk about it. You don't have to try and coerce them and threaten them. You just say, hey, this is good for your consumers. Would you like to do this? The consumers would like it, and more people would buy your game. Now, if that's not true and nobody gives a shit and they'll buy the game whether it has the logo or not, that's another matter. And I think that's probably what's going to happen because fundamentally, I think the number of people who really don't understand that an online service game can just end and that's okay and there's nothing you can do about it. I think a number of people who don't understand that is very, very small. And I think everybody's going, well, what if somebody's an idiot? Then they're an idiot. You can't force them to be smart. God, I am barely talking. Oh, God. But, yeah, program of voluntary compliance, good. Program of coercion via legislation, bad. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Oh, and a bunch of people were saying that I'm doing this for clout. I have 400 subscribers. I'm not getting any clout from this. There are 1 million people who hate my position, and I've only got 400 subscribers. You really think that I'm going to get anybody from those 1 million people to sub to my channel or do anything? This channel isn't even monetized. It's never going to be monetized. Seriously. Fucking seriously. COVID fucking sucks. I hate it. I really, really hate it. It affects my balance. I stand up and I have trouble keeping my balance. I like stumble into walls and shit. This stuff is no fucking joke. It's been 5 years. I got through 5 years without getting COVID. And now I got this shit, and fucking hell, it's awful. But yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna jump off of this. I'm sorry I don't have a better yap session for you this week, but God, I feel awful. So I hope that's been productive, and I hope somebody points Ross Scott at this because it will work. And what he's trying to do won't.